Takes Radio Company is back. Yes, we are. It's time for a TWIT Talk. Transformation, wisdom, insight, and truth. Short and sharp and perhaps right to the moment. Just a TWIT Talk. And today, here we go. This simple idea, please, this simple idea can be very useful in your life and business success today. And so, with your permission, here is that story. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan once again in the What It Takes radio studio in one of our many virtual rooms in our virtual studio. In fact, this is one that I've added just recently because it's one of my favorites. So there you can see. It's the How to Be Useful, sit there and have a conversation, radio studio. Now, that's a very important word, how to be useful. And that's one of our major deals in terms of what we try and teach people to do. Now, it actually has a rather unique use for me. So if you'll just pardon me while I go and pick up the book, I'll be right back. Here we go. Now, they did a terrible job on the cover, but this is a book that my daughter wrote a number of years ago, and you see it's How to Be Useful. Now, what it was based on her years of living overseas as a child of missionaries, international people, and then going to school, and then studying in Europe, and then finally landing up doing work in New York City, where she wanted to be a writer and a speaker and make her mark. You know, she said, yeah, if you can, Dad, if you can make it in New York, they say you can make it just about anywhere. And so off she went. And her book was based on the fact that she was trying to tell herself again and remind others what it would take to make it, as particularly a creative artist, somebody who's trying to make it in the artistic and creative world of New York City, and also in the publishing industry. Tough stuff. And what she decided was that all of it came together under the title is that people didn't care how clever you were. They didn't care what school you went to. All of those things that people go into making decisions about how to evaluate young talent trying to work their way up. And she said, very simple, you've got to be useful. And that's what she wrote about. And one of the things we want to do is to actually continue her little legend where we're trying to help younger men and women, and in fact, everybody who wants to have young people's energy, help them learn how and how to express and how to perform in such a way. And this is what Elon Musk said when somebody said to him, well, how did you do all this different stuff? And he said, well, I was always looking around and finding out what was going on. And I asked myself, how can I be useful in this situation? And that's what he decided to do. And is he controversial? Of course he is. Remember, one of the principles that we're trying to let people understand is if you want to make your mark in the world, not everyone's going to be happy with you. You're going to have people who don't like you. You're going to have friends, many, and you're going to have foes, maybe many. But how to be useful. Now, what I'd like to do is I would like for you and me and many others to come together and let's Her book needs to be rewritten and updated, and I'm trying to convince her maybe she should do that, but to do it in a new way in which it is a contribution of maybe many, maybe hundreds of people who have a clue and have an idea about how to be useful. And let's then share it on the air, how to be useful. And that may be one of the marks of true success. I would love to hear from you. Reach out to me at stan@witradio.net. Stan@witradio.net. Another inconvenient but very important idea. Be useful.